What up? Trader Gliz back at it. And today I'm going to give you a trade recap or a recap on the stocks I talked about last week. And then I'll give you the best stocks to buy this week. First, we'll look at the NQ. I talked about that. How did it play out? Perfectly, as I said, obviously. We broke out of this channel, made about a 3%, 3.5% move to the upside. So called it out perfectly. Yeah, obviously. Then I called out Amazon because we had this break and retest and this little channel. And we, since the call out, made a 4% move up, which exceeded the price target. So we did good there. I said within this week, you could see hundreds of percent in calls. And trust me, we did 100%, hundreds of percent in Amazon calls. This was the price target, 235, ran up to 236. AMD's up as well, but now it's looking like a perfect entry. Or actually, we have to wait because we did close below, I guess, this trend line, and also on a lower time frame. It's looking like we're setting up in this channel, and if we break below, it could get ugly. But I'm still definitely watching this week. If we get a nice candle tomorrow or Monday, or I guess that's tomorrow because I'm gonna post it on Sunday. But if we get a good candle tomorrow, it could be a perfect entry to make a move back up to this resistance right here. And then from there, we got big money to be made, but that's for a later time, later video. Reddit, as soon as I called it out next day, almost a 6% move, and it actually is pulled back now. And on the lower time frame, looking like a break and retest, looking very clean. So definitely watching this still this week. But you should be up if you bought when I said. You could. There was lots of money to be made. I called it out. We were at 177. We ran up to 191. You could have made some money there, but we're also at a good spot where you can buy now if you didn't. AVGO looking good. We're up this week since I called it out. Kind of some weird, ugly candles. Um, we hit this. We went up here. Low resistance right there. We saw a drop, but still looking fine. So now let's get into the videos. Let's get into the stocks for this week. All right. I also, before we get into the stocks this week, wanted to mention HIMS. I've been calling this out. I called it out like around here, this level here, but then I recalled it out over here and said it was a great buy. Since then, up 17%. So if you've tapped into that, congrats, you made money. But there's definitely still room to go. I'm still holding until these price targets. Might trim a little here. I haven't trimmed it all yet, honestly, but I might trim a little here and then a little here and then maybe keep some to run because this honestly is looking. I don't know. I'll just leave it to run a little bit. Um, but yeah, hold on. All right, so now we'll get into some of the stocks for this week. First on the list, we will go with Okta. And you can see we have this little wedge or channel pattern, whatever you want to call it. We just broke out this week, and we actually came back and retested it. The only thing is with this, we have this resistance here, which obviously, as you can see right here, we kind of tapped into that and pushed further down. So you might want to enter. You could enter now, sell at this resistance, but I think we'll break through and fill this gap that we have and hit that $95 level. But I do think if you buy shares in this and hold it, it will go up to this 115-ish or 114 and a half, I guess, level. But yeah, that's Okta. And then Reddit, I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. Break and retest, just a great pattern. There's easy at least 5% to be made here. So if you just buy some I don't know, some like February 7th or calls like that aren't too far away, um, I think you'll there's money to be made on Reddit. But yeah, so I first price target is these highs at 191, and then second is 200 if we break through that. Next stock, Peloton. We have this little this little wedge pattern here, a little down channel, and I'm just watching. It's consolidating very tightly, as you can see, and I'm watching, waiting to enter. Not, I wouldn't enter just yet, because who knows? There still could be ways to go down, but with the break of this trend line, I think we can make a big move back up, and yeah, I think we would see the $9 level first, and then it would just, I think we would run and see all-time highs again. Oh yeah, also, sorry, let me tell you what I think about the NQ this week. We tapped into this little resistance, and it looks like we're going down a little bit, but now that brings us to this level here, this old resistance, so it becomes a new support. So if we go like a lower time frame, you can see it very clearly. This old resistance, used again resistance, then this uses support, went back up, came back down, uses support. So I do think we will go back up soon, and then with the break of this, we will go back to all-time highs, in my opinion. But next stock, Nike, in this nice little falling wedge pattern, little triangle, and I think with the breakout of this, we will go up about 8%, and this is pretty much how I think it'll happen. I think at this little resistance level over here, um, the stock's gonna go do something like this. It's gonna go within the next week and a half, maybe. I don't know how many candles that is. It'll come up, it'll touch this resistance, but it'll be at this larger time frame resistance, and then it might drop a little bit. So I would sell calls here, and then what I would do is enter. You can enter calls again. There's definitely room for this to keep running, um, especially earnings coming up. Maybe they're gonna report something crazy and that. But personally, I would enter in some calls here, sell them here, maybe leave a runner. But I would enter either longer term calls or just buy shares here and enjoy my free money, because I think Nike's a great investment. And I think right now is a perfect time, technically. If you look at the chart, technically it's a perfect time to enter, because I think there's 150% upside. I think within the next 2 years, we'll see that 180 level again, and there's plenty of money to be made there. Also, Foot Locker, I'm liking this. We had a little double bottom right here, trended back up this week with the green market, and we have this little channel pattern, and I think that we will break above this trend and uh basically go crazy. I think we'll first tap into this gap. We have this nice gap over here on the chart, and I think once we hit this gap, there might be a little bit of consolidation, but even then, that's 15%. In options, that's a lot of percents. But yeah, and then final stock. I know I've been trying to keep it limited to a few stocks, but I just thought I'd show you some of those. Honestly, my favorite ones are right now are Foot Locker, Nike, and I'd say Peloton. But this is a shares play. Last thing, I left it for last because it's shares. Right here is a great opportunity to buy iRobot. I think there's guaranteed to be money made here. I had talked about this weeks ago. Like I said, it was the next meme coin, or the next like GameStop. And honestly, I was right. I deleted my pattern, the drawings I had. But I had, what was it? Oh, sorry, too far out. I think I had this drawn out. It looked like something like that. Maybe it was, I didn't even need to go that far out. Oh yeah, I'm stupid. All right, I had this drawn out, and we broke above that and went crazy, went absolutely nuts. So, I mean, you could have made money if you had listened to that. But honestly, I myself sold some of my shares when I just was up about like 10%, and I kind of missed this whole move. But because honestly, it was a joke in the last video. But right now, I'm being very serious. There is money to be made here. Um, it might just be a few percent, but if you take a look at this, we have this little wedge pattern, little triangle, symmetrical triangle, whatever you want to call it. Nice breakout, 60% move. Now we're pulling back, consolidating on this old resistance, which we know becomes new support, and are back at this kind of drawn like that. We're back at this support level, this old trend line, and we're above that. We're currently consolidating in between the 50 and 200-day moving average. So I think the stock is gonna go up to at least this resistance. I'm gonna buy some shares, a good amount, and I think I'm gonna enjoy my 15% move up, um, which I think will happen in the next week. You could play with options, but honestly, with stocks this volatile, not the highest of market caps, I would go shares personally. But yeah, that's pretty much it for. Oh shoot, I'm looking at my camera now and I see there's a little fuzz on it. There we go. Those are the stocks I'm looking at this week. Take a look. Market's looking good. Let me look at the ES while I'm at it. Oh shit. All right, ES also at this resistance level. The S&P 500 for those who don't know what the ES is. Um, but we also maybe the market drops a little bit and we come retest this level here, consolidate a little bit. Basically the same exact chart as the NQ. So that's going to cap it off. Those are the stocks I'm watching this week. I'm also in AMD calls right now. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Oh, shout out Jaden Daniels. We're going to bring us to the Super Bowl tomorrow. You know, I had a bummer of a day. My Wake Forest, the Demon Deacons, we almost beat Duke. And I was ready to storm the court. But we sold at the end, unfortunately. But Jaden Daniels, he's going to turn things around tomorrow. Going to have a good day. So, like, subscribe, make some money. Or don't subscribe, do whatever. But if you want, I mean, you could gatekeep me. I don't care. But if you don't follow me, you won't make money. So, bye. Fuck, that was corny. That was corny. I'm going to edit that out. I'm at that.